Yo, what's good YouTube? This is Jay from TNJ, and I just want to show you guys this garbage that was spit at me before our first game. Andre Iguodala and Sean Livingston for Hassan Whiteside and Josh Richardson. Are they insane? I'm not even gonna negotiate. That is just downright horrible. I mean, just so bad. So I just want to show you guys this ridiculous shirt. Why would any, they're insane. They're insane. But I just want to show you guys that. Let's just go look at some of the transactions. I've seen one team made a transaction here, so actually a few teams have. So right away the season has started. The Pelicans signed JaMychal Green to a one-year deal. The Celtics signed Chris Bosh to a one-year $5.76 million deal. That's a steal. I mean, especially for the Celtics, they do need some veteran leadership, and they get Chris Bosh. What a signing there. And the Timberwolves signed Ty Lawson. Let's just look to see who is in free agency, because as I was looking at my starting rotation, I thought I had a clue of what I would do, but it looks like, man, the way my team is set up, Justice Winslow might have to get the start at the 3, and then James Johnson at the 4. And that's because, man, we don't really have another 4. I mean, we don't have another backup big man that can stretch the floor like he can, because if you look at our big men here, Kelly Olynyk can stretch the floor as well, but he's going to have to play a little bit of center. Maybe he can play power forward more often than not, and Adebayo can play some center off the bench. So maybe that's what I'll have to do. I don't know. We'll see. But, I was looking at actually Rodney McGruder's stats. He's actually pretty decent, because look at his mid-range is at 81, shot is at 3 is at 81, free throws at 80, layup at 80. I mean, it looks like his offense is pretty good. His passing accuracy 75, which is actually important. Trust me, that's important on Hall of Fame especially. And his on-ball defense IQ is 79, which is league average pretty much. But he's not too bad. I mean, he's a pretty good player, so I'm actually going to like playing with him. He's going to get some clock. I want to see, actually, this first game, I mean, obviously I'm trying to win, but I want to see who's going to show up, who's going to surprise me, because this is actually going to be my first game playing 2K. I'm hopping right into the season on Hall of Fame, going up against the Orlando Magic. But let's just look at who else is in free agency here, because we've seen those 3 signings. See who we possibly can sign. So Luis Scola is there. He's an old guy though. David Lee. We do need a kind of a stretch 4 that can play defense as well. Monte Ellis is there. That's actually an interesting guy, because let's see his stats. So he can shoot the 3, open 81, shot IQ is 86. Let's see if he's still got that speed. Let me see what his speed is at, because that was his whole thing. But look at this. His speed is only 79. So speed with the ball 85. Okay, there we go. So it looks like he's a pretty good player. I don't know what his value is, but maybe he's a guy. Brandon Bass is actually a pretty good prospect as well. He's older, but he can actually stretch the floor pretty well. Terrence Jones, still young, I mean, but he can't really shoot that well. I know he was trying to when he played for Houston, but beyond that, I mean, Jared Sullinger's a okay guy as well. He can possibly stretch the floor, play some defense. He is still young. Other than that, not too many. I mean, let's see. Pierre Jackson, Trey Burke is a free agent. Ooh, Jared Jack is a free agent. I'm pretty sure he's good on offense. He's got to be. Yeah, so his offensive stats are pretty good. Like I said, we don't need a guard, though, another guard. So, man, let's just get into this gameplay, man. Going up against the Orlando Magic. Let's go. So this is actually my first time playing this game. So I do have it on Hall of Fame, so I'm expecting to struggle this game. So early on in the first quarter, giving up opening basket to Evan Fournier. Next possession, a couple possessions later, James Johnson's getting our first points of the 2017-2018 season. And for the starting lineup, I ended up going with Hassan Whiteside at center, James Johnson at the 4, Justice Winslow at the 3, Dragic at the 1, and Dion Waiters at the 2. And one thing I wanted to get established early in this game was trying to get it going down low to begin with. And there's Hassan Whiteside getting the slam dunk here. So they actually take an 11-point lead early in this game. Justice Winslow drives, and that's one of the things I'm going to have to take advantage of because he's kind of a taller three. He can drive to the lane, kick it out to shooters, just get in the lane. He can't really shoot, and that's the one thing that is gonna kind of haunt me. But here on defense, Josh Richardson in the game, playing some two-man ball with Tyler Johnson, and he's going to get the bucket there on a fast break. Josh Richardson, he's a great offensive player off the bench. So here to end the first quarter, trying to get something going with Tyler Johnson, but Aaron Gordon with the good D there. So the Magic have the 20-14 lead here in the first quarter. We didn't really get Dion Waiters going in the first quarter, but here in the second quarter, we're going to open by getting Kelly Olynyk an open three, and he's the one guy that's going to have to stretch the defense. Him and James Johnson, hopefully they can get going for us this year, and we do need that scoring off the bench by Olynyk, Josh Richardson, all these guys, Magruder. I mean, they're all pretty good off the bench, so we're going to look for some bench scoring from them. But here, Dion Waiters finally getting on the board here. That's going to be his first made shot in his first 5 attempts, so he's finally on the board. So down 3 here in the second corner, giving up a 3 to Evan Fournier. Evan Fournier actually had a pretty good game versus us, and here they are, Elfrid Payton playing some D there, finding Terrence Ross on the fast break, hitting that jumper there. So the Orlando Magic have a 28-21 lead, but we do get the ball back here on a fast break, and this time it's going to be Magruder taking it to the lane. Like I said, he's going to be a good guy off the bench for us. He's got some youth. He's got some athletic ability. He can also shoot, and there is Hassan Whiteside on D in the second quarter, blocking the shot. And, man, I'm telling you, him versus Vucevic was such a good matchup, and here he is getting the dunk right there on Vucevic. So, Hassan Whiteside, man, this two-man game was going early in this game, but they just could not hold Hassan Whiteside, and there he is putting his nuts on Vucevic's neck. I mean, that's going to be a crucial part for him, for our team, getting those offensive boards. And here Josh Richardson finding the corner 3 there. So we now have a 6-point lead. Remember, we were down 11 to start the game. Now it's a 6-point lead. But here, Josh Richardson giving up the and 1 there to who else but Evan Fournier. So we go into half up by 3, 42% field goal percentage, 20 rebounds, out-rebounding them. One thing that's really playing crucial to us in this first half is forcing turnovers. As you can see, we have 7 steals to their 4, 3 blocks as well, probably all by Hassan Whiteside. So here to start the second half, playing some good D here. Dion Waiters is finally going to get going in the second half, finding Hassan Whiteside on the fast break. That's going to be a combination to worry about this year because I like Dion Waiters because he has some good ball handling skills. Dragic is a little bit slow, as you can see, getting around the pick there, but he is pretty good in the pick and roll game, so he does get the 2 there. So up 2 here, Dragic, he really gets going in this second half, finding Dion Waiters there for the jumper in that point guard role. I kind of like Dragic. He's finding people on time with these passes. His two-man game is really, really good. As you can see here, another pick and roll by Hassan Whiteside, and they don't get back. They're too worried about Hassan Whiteside on these pick and rolls because those offensive boards are serious. But here they're getting the ball back. Aaron Gordon with the and 1 over Justice Winslow. So here we have Tyler Johnson in the game, subbing in for Dragic, and here he gets Kelly Olynyk going the two-man game. And Kelly Olynyk is actually doing pretty well for me off the bench. He's not playing the greatest D, but his offense is definitely there. And here Tyler Johnson is. That's the one thing that I hate about him is that there was a bunch of open shots in this game. He just couldn't hit them. So he's not Dragic when it comes to this two-man game, but he's working on it. He's definitely somebody that maybe can be replaced. He might be on the trading block pretty soon for us. So here Hassan Whiteside playing D once again with the block there. That time on Maurice Spates, and Josh Richardson coming around the screen there, finding an open jumper there. Josh Richardson is actually a pretty good shooter when it comes to coming around those screens and on the corner 3s. So here we go into the fourth quarter with the 1-point lead here. The Orlando Magic playing some pretty good offense versus us. They're hitting jumpers, especially Evan Fournier. He's getting a lot of open jumpers here. So here in the fourth quarter, we're going to be trying to get, Hassan Whiteside to take over here. And look at that hook shot, the fadeaway hook shot. That is a pretty unlikely shot to happen, to fall for us to the rest of the year. But hey, when it happens, it happens. So here Tyler Johnson finally getting him going in this two-man game. On the pick and roll with Hassan Whiteside. I'm telling you, Hassan Whiteside's picks are just amazing. And here I'm finally getting Dion Waiters to get going here. Crossing up Evan Fournier, finds the open three there. So Dion Waiters, I'm telling you, he's such a good ball handler. But here on the next possession, giving up the three right back to Evan Fournier. So this fourth quarter is going to be all about getting Dragic and Dion Waiters going, because they're the two guys we can rely on as far as ball handling, managing the clock, and just this two-man game is just too much for Orlando. So here Dion Waiters on the next possession gets the foul, going to the lane. He's a funny guy because he gets a lot of free throws, but he's a guy that likes to shoot a lot. So for a guy that likes to shoot a lot of jumpers, he gets to the free throw line a lot. So here Dragic is next time getting the two-man game going once again. Hassan Whiteside, they're too worried about him. I'm telling you, they're too worried about the offensive rebounds, too worried about the easy dunks. But here he's getting the easy dunk on the offensive rebound. Right on cue. The bench is loving that one. So here we are up 8 in the fourth quarter. Dion Waiters going around the pick there, drawing another foul. Dion Waiters was going to the line a lot in this fourth quarter. This time Justice Winslow gets another pick from Hassan Whiteside, and Hassan Whiteside is getting going here. He finished the game with 15 rebounds, 21 points. But here, we're letting them back in the game. Dion Waiters with the bad pass, and Elfrid Payton capitalizes on the fast break there. So now we have to close this game out. So we give the ball to Dragic here, and they had to worry about that pick and roll. But this time they do go to Dragic on that, and Hassan Whiteside capitalizes off the offensive rebound, dunks on his man once again. And here Dion Waiters is with under a minute left, closing out this game with the and one over Vucevic. And we foul out Vucevic. Vucevic is actually really, really good. He surprised me in this game because he was playing pretty good defense. But here, Dion Waiters taking it to the rack, and Vucevic can't stay out of foul trouble. So we're going to get the victory on opening day. 8-point victory. It was kind of a close game, but we couldn't blame him because honestly, it was my first game playing Hall of Fame. You know Hall of Fame's got that cheese. So Hassan Whiteside finishes with 21 and 15. Dion Waiters has a quiet 14 in the second half. Dragic only finishes with 1 assist. That was kind of surprising, but 10 points there. Josh Richardson as well. Kelly Olynyk with 10. Hit subscribe. Hit that like button. We'll be back for the next episode.